Now, wow. So, after breakup of a marriage, after a breakup, people thought she would be crying, biting her fingers, probably looking for GoFundMe. Of course, we know she is an hard-working woman. Whatever way she's working. I'm talking about Wunmi Toriola, actress Wunmi Toriola, that announced breakup of her marriage. It came as a surprise to a lot of people, while some people felt that she's just clout chasing. Probably she wants to release a movie and she needs attention. Now, if you've been on this channel, we did some few, analysis and series about her marriage and what happened. In fact, I told you that she came on a show talking about how she's single and how she needs to be hooked up, like linked up with someone. And people thought they were simply, entertaining people, trying to make, the show popular. But the truth came out at the end of the day, as we always bring it to you here, live and direct. They say there's no smoke without fire. But let us leave all of that. Let us leave all of that, because right now, Wunmi is celebrating. Yes, celebrating. She's celebrating the good thing that has happened to her right now. Look at it. Look at it. After breakup, she decided to pepper her husband, ex-husband. Yes, that's the right title. Ex-husband decided to pepper the guy, like, see what the Lord has done for me. See what God has done for me. Look at it. Look at it. Face to face. Face to face. Come on. This is an investment. As you all know, properties are huge investment. Huge investment. Once you have a landed property, it will appreciate over time. And this is what she has decided to present. She's not just showing us a boutique with clothes. That one can come and go. She is showing properties, houses, where she knows that she can always rent out. So this is a good news. And to the fans of Wunmi Toriola, they are kind of celebrating this with her. They are happy. They are happy. They are rejoicing with her, like, wow, this is what God can do. What God cannot do does not exist. Look at it. We thought you are going to break down. We thought that soon you will not be able to, do what you do. Come out, show yourself, do what you do in movies and, slay. But Wunmi Toriola said, no, I will stand my ground. I am going to stand firm. Nobody, nothing, not even an ex-husband will bring me down. Back then she talked about how she had to beg for a living, beg to keep herself afloat. Even when she knows that she had not offended, she's always trying to make sure that this guy, she's always making sure that they don't have problems. And you know what it is? I will tell you a little of the secret behind this. You see, actresses in Nigeria, most of them come from humble background. Nigeria, somehow they destroyed the middle class. So you see that you are rich, very rich. Let's start from you are very rich, you are rich, and you are trying, and you are poor, and you are very poor. That is the first four categories that we have in Nigeria. Very rich, trying, poor, very poor. I think that's even 5. Now, if you don't find yourself in the trying, that means you must be below. Now, apart from that, you might even have cash to spend, but you don't have the contact and the connection. And what is this contact? Most of these actresses, they want to hook up with people who live abroad, who already have their documents, papers sorted. In fact, the best of it is if you have the citizenship of that country. They want to hook up with you. That is why you find many of them hooking up with guys who live abroad. Wunmi Toriola too is not an exception. She tried to hook up with Mr. Americana, hoping that through him, ashiri will cover, secret will cover. When you live abroad, people will don't know what's up with you. They don't know how life is on with you. Once in a while, just wear some nice clothes, go to a place that your father and your mother did not build, and take a picture, or even beside a car, that kind of thing. Just look fresh and put filter if you know your skin is dull. That's all. People will buy into it and they're like, wow. So Wunmi lives in the US. She goes back and forth. And because of her child, When your marriage breaks apart and the child is a citizen, you as a mother, you kind of find a way around it, that kind of thing. So she said she was literally begging for a living. Begging why? Why is she begging? Because she knows that should the marriage scatter or something happen, the sponsor, that is the man who has the citizenship that offer to you, there could be a lot of legal, immigration issues that you have to start dealing with. So she said she was begging this guy. I beg now, please now. When she realized that this thing has gotten to the point where she cannot take it anymore, he said, anyhow, let it scatter. Now, so let us go to this rejoicing thing. At times in life, things happen to you, a lot of things are thrown at you, and you think you cannot take it anymore. It's not only when you marry foreigners that you go through this hardship when you live abroad. You try to satisfy the person, you try to make the person feel good always, even when you know, just to make sure that the marriage continues and this person does not drop you halfway. Because if that person does that, it will be hard for you, particularly if you have to work. That's a thing for them. Some of these actresses don't want to work abroad. So to them, it's like, how am I going to do this? To start working, then people will take pictures of me, I am now clean, because most of them do not have any other thing than the acting thing. Are they going to go to America to act, Europe to act? Anyway, Wunmi Toriola wrote on a wall, she said, at least I've done something for myself and for my son. Women are always like that, for my son, as if maybe we don't know if the father does not have property too. She said, it is the Lord's doing. This is the Lord's doing. And it is marvelous in our eyes. Now, before we get carried away, this is what it is exactly. When she wrote the marvelous things in our sight, she said, congratulations to me, as I am the owner of one of the units that you're looking at in Lekki. And she went on to give glory back to God for, at least, if you have something, at least it's good to show good things, like at least I have a place to put my neck. Maybe back then she had tried her best here and there to just save up some money. At least if marriage break, let me still have somewhere to stay. It's not as if my enemies will not laugh at me and say, hey, so after they travel abroad, I'm in America, I'm in Canada, I'm in Toronto, I just left New York, no, I'm just in Illinois, oh, I just dropped at Texas. After all of those Miami talk, so where did she go back to? Her mother's house. Well, this is a good news. At least a step up for her, because it's not easy, the acting thing and all of that. They say there is no cash in need. They have to do some other things for them to step up, for them to do what they need to do. This is what it is. Many of them, actresses, what they are doing is this. They just shine, package themselves, and since they have Instagram handles, Facebook, most of the times, Instagram, you just find some of those guys sliding to their DM, saying hi, and sometimes they connect them together, they introduce them to one person or the other. Oh, this is so-and-so, this so-and-so. They do this big wedding or small wedding, and the next thing, the guy tries to process their papers and they move. Once there is a baby in between them, that's all. So this is what has landed on our decks, and I decided to bring this to you guys. Let us celebrate with her. At least this is something good.